Seeing people able to achieve their goals and their dreams because of your treatments and your therapies, it's just a very rewarding field. All right, welcome medical entrepreneurs back to the Medical Entrepreneur Podcast. Today we're going to be talking about the 4 best side hustles for medical entrepreneurs in 2023. There are 4 different categories that have been shown to be the absolute best thing that you can do if you're looking to start a side hustle. If you're a medical entrepreneur, maybe you still have a job with mainstream medicine, you're looking to do your own thing. These 4 categories are basically in very high demand. They all have their own pros and cons, and we'll walk through each of them together. So the number 1 side hustle for people to start in 2023 is aesthetics. The ability to basically do Botox, dermal fillers, PRP microneedling, PDO threads, Sculptra, you name it, any kind of aesthetic treatments. By far one of the fastest growing industries that's out there. Extremely high demand. The demand consistently grows. I can tell you myself, as owning a med spa, I will say there are more people that are interested in aesthetics. And essentially, if you're interested in growing a med spa, your only job is essentially to educate the public, let them know about what treatments can be done, show some of your before and afters, and people will start coming in the door. It's a very amazing and very rewarding practice. There is some thought that there's some vanity to this. What I find, on the other hand, is that there's a lot of people that need aesthetic treatments to maintain their career, to maintain their job, to maintain their performance. And for a lot of people, having aesthetic treatments gives them the gift of confidence. And that confidence shows up in a lot of different ways in their life. It shows up in the way they see themselves. It shows up in the way they perform at their work, the way they perform in their home life. So what I've personally seen on my journey is that the aesthetics is a very rewarding field. You have a very diverse set of clientele. You have people from all sorts of different walks of life that all want different aesthetic treatments. And it's, to me, a very satisfying career. And what's also great about it is, for most part, unless you're building a whole medical spa, you can actually start this with a very, very low overhead cost. You can do mobile Botox. You can sell skincare from your website. There's so many advantages to kind of doing your own aesthetic side hustle, where you don't have to have your own facility. You can do Botox parties and do quite well with little to no overhead. It's also very flexible practice, particularly if you're starting off doing mobile Botox, because you'll be doing parties, which are often at nights and weekends. It's a perfect addition to someone who has a full-time job. And it's a great way to put your foot outside of mainstream medicine, see how you do, make some extra side money that can will often be much greater than you can make on your own per hour working through mainstream medicine, and very, very rewarding. The second one that is equally as in high demand is regenerative orthopedics. The amount of people with joint pain is increasing. As the population ages, we have seen complaints of arthritic joint pain skyrocket. There are so many new treatments and therapies out there to help people with arthritic pains. There's a lot of great technology. What's really great about regenerative orthopedics is that it's a very innovative field. There's new technologies, including tissue allografts, biologic treatments. You have the classic, platelet-rich plasma, cytorejuve, PRFM, like you name it. There's so many different treatments out there. And it's a great field because it's cutting edge, and the therapies themselves are exciting to learn about and to perform. You also get a very high level of personal satisfaction from regenerative orthopedics, or at least I do. I feel like anytime you can take somebody who can't walk without pain and have them able to and give them the gift of being able to walk without pain after your treatments, there is a reward on a level that is greater than what you could ever be paid. It is very, very satisfying field, and you get to help so many people. The other thing is that the overhead cost for most regenerative orthopedic practices is very small. You can start one in another medical office. You could rent a room from a chiropractor. There's so many ways that you could get started if you needed to. And there's so many patients who are seeking this help. There's so many people that are interested in having these treatments. They've heard about, maybe they read the most recent book from Tony Robbins, and they heard all about the stem cell revolution and all these different products that are out there to help them. All of these things, there's so many people seeking this, and they're looking for help. And there's so many people that are now turning their back on mainstream medicine after everything's been going on for the last several years. Their trust and faith in mainstream medicine and surgical solutions is at an all-time low. They don't trust, device manufacturers. They don't trust people who recommend that they get knee replacement starting in their 30s. They don't trust these kind of things, and I think for good reason. If you've seen a lot of people who've had a lot of surgeries, then it's definitely something to consider. It's surgeries are definitely necessary for some people, but I would argue that mainstream medical system really promotes surgery probably more than it probably should. And so by being part of the regenerative orthopedic revolution, you are able to basically fight against this error that's occurring due to the way things are structured and organized. And you're able to give people the quality of life back through these minimally invasive treatments using advanced cutting edge technology that in some ways is fairly miraculous, I will say. Very, very amazing results. And it really leaves you with a very high level of personal satisfaction. And what's even better is that in case you haven't heard or you've been the last one to hear, the American Arthritis Foundation has a course for medical providers where they will teach you all of the regenerative orthopedics, the protocols, how to do it, all the things you need to know to basically be a provider and certify you. And there are many people that I know have taken that course, and as soon as they do get certified, they get listed on the website. People literally just start coming into their clinics. It starts, hey, I saw you were certified. This is what I'm looking for. Can you help me? And there's so much demand in that field. There's so many people that need help. It's just such a rewarding field. Number 3, top business, top side hustle for medical entrepreneurs is going to be a hormone optimization practice. There's no mystery here that hormones in modern society have been significantly disrupted. If you look at the testosterone level today of a male in 2023, that testosterone level of the same age male in 1980 is 20% higher in 1980. So we know that basically there is something that is disrupting endocrine function in a lot of people. We know that endocrine function is really critical for well-being, for performance states, et cetera. It could be related to the plastics that are in our environment. It could be related to chemicals, you name it. There's so many potential threats to hormone and reproduction. But we do know there is an epidemic of people that have their hormones out of whack. They're not doing well. They need help. And you can be that person to help them. It's a very high demand field. There are people seeking this out. There are people searching for this day and night. It's also a very specialized niche. You get to work with people that are not so much that people that are sick and they need help. It's more people that are, I'm doing okay medically, but I don't feel like I am the best that I used to be. And when you take somebody from the level of, hey, I don't feel like I used to be, to, wow, I feel like I used to do, I feel like I used to feel when I was 20, there's a huge sense of satisfaction that really comes from that. And seeing people able to achieve their goals and their dreams because of your treatments and your therapies, it's just a very rewarding field. It's also very personalized. You get to work with, really great patients, and you really kind of get to know them, be a major influence in their life, help them through the different situations, and is such a great field. Additionally, what's really great about this practice in particular is that it's extremely flexible and it can almost all be done through telemedicine. So basically, there's the overhead cost is pretty much a laptop with Zoom, right? You might need an EMR that has, maybe a HIPAA protected Zoom, but basically, if you can have some kind of, video conferencing, situation, that's all you need to do. Very, very simple, very easy. It's a very flexible. Many times, if you have a full-time job, these are great to put on nights and weekends. A lot of the patients will appreciate that because they also have full-time jobs. And it's very, very rewarding. And finally, last but not least, one that has been popular for many years and will probably remain popular for another 10 years is weight loss. Weight loss clinics are all the rage. They have always been all the rage, and they're continuing to grow. And now with the introduction of many of the new appetite suppressants, such as semaglutide, they are becoming more popular than ever. I know personally I've had at least 3 to 4 people that are, acquaintances or friends of friends reach out to me and say, hey, I want to try semaglutide. So-and-so tried it. They did a great job. They lost a lot of weight. It is a huge demand. And right now it is skyrocketing. The amount of people that want to have some kind of medical intervention to help them lose weight. And now with some of the new appetite suppressants, it is a game changer for them. You could even mix that with some of the hormone optimization and make some amazing results for patients. And what's great about it is all stuff that you can do with little to no overhead. Again, weight loss clinic, you can have a room in a chiropractor's office. You could, rent an office in one of these, kind of flexible office space locations. So many things that you can do. And what's also really great about it is there's such a diverse group of clientele that come to you for weight loss. You have men, you have women, you have old, you have young, you name it. There's so many different types of people that come to you, and helping them lose weight is such a rewarding feeling, because when you start to see, when the patient starts to see the weight loss actually happening, they get very excited, and in many ways, it starts to compound. It makes it easier for them to make healthier choices because they can see they're getting benefit. They can feel they're getting benefit. And when they start to realize, like, wow, I actually have a lot of energy. I'm not tired all day. Wow, I don't weigh as much. I can wear my old clothes again. These kind of things, it drives them, and it just helps them to reach their goals. And it's such a great time. So that's probably one of the better solutions that are out there, and is always in high demand of weight loss. So if you haven't taken a look at it, check it out. Once again, the 4 best medical entrepreneur side hustles in 2023. Number 1 is aesthetics. Number 2 is regenerative orthopedics. Number 3 is hormone optimization. And then number 4 is weight loss. So check them out if you haven't already. And if you are doing regenerative orthopedics, definitely take a look at the American Arthritis Foundation. They have a great course. Helps a lot of people. Really amazing organization. All right, medical entrepreneurs, that is what we have for today. And we will see you next time with another medical entrepreneur podcast.